Oops, and there it is. All right, cool. All right, everything seems to be working. Welcome to the Action Sturge. Tonight we will be playing our 5th session of Dungeon World, a very fun campaign that we've been building so far. Tonight with us we have some lovely people. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves real quick? Just who you are and who you're playing. We can start off with the Deacon Smith.
Hey everyone, I am the Deacon Smith. I'm playing Rook, a halfling thief. Yep, that's me.
I didn't see him there because his stealth was so high.
Or is it because he's so knobby?
Just blends right into the trees.
Don't be fooled by the knobs.
Oh!
All right, Plastered.
Hi, I'm Brian, aka the Plastered Dragon. I am playing I'm playing Tyrion. Tried to say my name and my class at the same time. I'm playing Tyrion, a human cleric who fights for the downtrodden and is a big fan of trial by combat and proving his worth to his god via conquest.
Very nice. Fork Puff.
Hi, my name is Maddie, otherwise known as Fork Puff. I'm usually here on the Action Sturge. I'm playing Harrison. I'm playing a human bard.
All right, and Aziz.
My name is Terry. I am playing Aziz, the halfling druid. That's about it.
Done and done. And we will have one more along shortly. He can introduce himself when he gets here. Now, before we get into the game, I do want to give a shout out to dndwell.com. They have an amazing selection of dice, and if you use our code, theactionsturge, at checkout, you can get 10% off of a 30mm metal color changing dice, and they're pretty sweet. So check them out. Use our code, get a discount. And yes, and with that, let us dig into the game. Now let's do a quick refresher of what happened last time. I feel like a lot happened last time. You guys pulled up into Hawthorne, right? You had a little run in with the authorities of the town, kind of right out the gate. You discovered there's
Red sashes, right?
The Crimson Blades, yes.
The red coats, as we named them.
The red what?
The red coats, I thought we called them.
Oh, we did have a cooler name for them, didn't we?
I'm pretty sure it was the red coats.
I don't think it was red coat.
Red cloak.
Red Cloaks.
Red cloaks, there we go. Red
Yeah.
coats.
Yes, we had a cooler name. Red Cloaks. So yes, you guys ran into the Red Cloaks. One in particular, whose name was Krauser. He's kind of the big guy in town right now. The guy who actually runs the town, his name was, let's see, Milton, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah.
Milton.
Milton, who is an old buddy of Tyrion's from back in the day when he used to run with the gang. You guys know that there are some bandits around, and they have been stealing stuff from around the local area. They've been plundering caravans on the roads and stealing stuff from the town, giving the Red Cloaks a difficult time. And and then there's also this creature who has been spotted around the town, known as the Lindworm, which is a terrifying magical creature, who some believe, if you slay it, you will be granted a wish.
And Milton's son is the head of the bandits.
Milton's son is the head of the bandits. Yes.
And I told Milton, in light of our past friendship, that I was going to help him get out from under the Red Cloaks.
Yes.
And free the city, if I could.
Yes. The main problem seems to be that they are literally getting taxed to death. If they continue at this rate, they will have nothing to sustain themselves through the winter. Harold also had a meeting with Domir, where Domir was trying to get him to throw his upcoming fight at the Vultures Arena for the good of the land, as he said, and to help reinstill faith in the triumvirate. And he offered him a spot to join them defending the Borderlands from the orcs. To which he refused very gruffly. And I think that was all there was to that. So,
and then we all recouped and headed out to meet the bandits, I think?
Yes.
Shit.
Well, let's see. Arngard's in the chat. That's always great. We love Arngard.
We do love Arngard.
He says says Brian's a little low, so I'm going to pull you up on volume on mine.
Because I have some volume controls here I can fiddle with as well, if it helps.
Okay.
I can try turning this up, and you can tell me if that helps.
Okay.
And I can move the mic a little bit closer. And let me check the pattern. The mic pattern looks like it's right.
Okay. Well, Valoon, keep an ear out and let us know.
Yeah.
But I think you definitely sound a little better on mine, in my earphones.
You said much better.
Thank you.
All right. So so we await Harold, but he can kind of jump in whenever. So what's the plan?
Go ahead, Terry.
Yeah, well, we were
Didn't we go back?
tracking.
Weren't we before? I don't remember.
We were
thought
tracking the lindworm because we were with the dwarves.
Yeah,
hunting.
and then we were like
Found the lindworm track. Met up with the bandits. And when they were also going after the lindworm, we decided to go get the rest of the party. And now we're making our way back to the bandits.
It is nighttime as well at this point.
Oh, great.
Or at least heading into nighttime, dusk.
Boy, oh boy, I would sure love to stay in a nice cozy town where I'm probably protected and instead of the wilderness where there's a lindworm, a giant mythical beast, crawling about and will probably eat me, innards and whole.
But if it doesn't eat you, think about the song.
Could be saved for another day.
Harrison, have we ever let you down before? Since
No.
you've been in the company, how many times have you died?
I've come close. Does that count?
It does not. You are still alive. Our record is intact.
I'm lucky I haven't scarred yet. I always play bait.
Is that the Tyrion version of, but did you die?
Harold, carry me in your big strong arms. I'll jump into Harold's arms.
Sorry, what's going on?
They're trying to make me go talk to the bandits while it's dark and scary.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What do you mean that makes sense? You're supposed to guard me and protect me. Don't let them take me. And I'll dramatically like drape over your arms like that.
The one.
I will let go.
Oh!
Who's what was that? What was that one girl's name? The one, the guy's daughter.
Oh, it was the lady that I got at the tavern.
Yeah. Esma, maybe?
No, that was in Nick's campaign.
Oh, that was yes. Sorry. I cannot remember her name. Well, what's a better name?
Annabelle.
Annabelle.
Is she a creepy doll?
If she stands still, yes.
She has
looks like
those unblinking blue eyes.
it.
Oh no!
She gets it from her dad.
Oh my God, Brian, thank you so much.
Hey,
The
new-
disappointed. Oh my god.
I'm
just,
so.
just paid all the bills, so it's a new month. It's time to party.
Oh, I didn't even see the rest
Yes,
of it.
look at all
I
those.
thought
Yes,
I thought it was...
I can't help you in this game like I can D&D.
No help.
That's as good as a quarter-pound of peanut brittle right there.
Thank you so much, Brian. I
Wow.
appreciate it.
A quarter pound of peanut brittle.
Yeah, that's how I used to bribe our old GM when we used to play.
All right. I can focus now. I had to get the party started. Now I'm paying attention. I'm in the zone now.
That's all right. I'm still finding
For a minute or two, anyway.
Deacon.
I'm easily distracted. It's the cam shuffle, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
that's
watching
what's
you.
that's what's going on right now. So I'm trying to find
Not
the
too plastic.
Deacon.
Do not need more than one of me. We really do. The way that just shuffled through, it's like one of those wheels. And it's gonna stop on road.
Why are you having such a hard time finding him?
Because it's all blown out of proportion. All right, now we're good. We are good.
I mean, Viper, we could do some music. I mean, on our own. I can do some.
All right, we are good. So
That's that's the music I was gonna do for Pup.
Oh, can you play some music? Or no.
I cannot.
Okay. I didn't know.
Harrison can.
Yes, let me just
So
fine-tune my lute.
yeah, so Anna, she's there, and she looks at you fainting, and she kind of giggles a little bit.
See, women do love my womanly charm.
I'm not sure that's something you want to brag about.
Not while Fala's nearby, and I'll like look around anxiously.
She doesn't appear to be nearby. Of course, since the inn was all booked out by Dwemir, everybody is pretty much at the at the wagons, roughing it outside yet again.
If you truly wish to win Fala, perhaps Harold and I can help you update your look to her liking a bit more.
Yeah, I think I could get I mean, I got a little bit of muscle.
Yes, but you
We'll
hide
get you a new gym routine. It's called Kill Creatures Bigger Than You.
I'm on it. I'll go take on a lindworm, and you guys can tell her my story.
Can we do that the other way around?
better idea.
Come on,
Yeah.
Harold already has like 20 songs. That's not even fair. Let me have one.
Right. Well, write one about yourself then. Like,
I don't have any amazing feats yet.
Well, help us kill the lindworm and you can write yourself into the song. But the problem is not your deeds. The problem is all of this frippery that you hide yourself under.
Frippery? You did not just call my silk frippery.
hold on. What is frippery?
Fancy, use fancy clothes.
Yeah,
It's
Duncan.
not this.
Duncan
Oh,
just.
Oh,
Duncan
okay. Oh.
Duncan just points at Harrison.
And I point at Duncan. And that is what a lindworm would eat. In a matter of seconds.
Duncan's got his bow and arrow ready, and he says, against us, the lindworm doesn't stand a chance.
I'm going to vomit. No, I'm kidding.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now-
Listen, buddy, if there's one person to boost morale, it's me. Get out of here.
And he says,
I'm kind of-
sorry.
I'm kind of done with this conversation now, so I'm just gonna kind of start heading out towards the bandits.
Yeah, me
So,
too.
so
Yeah.
you guys start heading out. You're gonna notice that well, there's a constant patrol kind of around the town, but sort of along the way out, you're gonna see a pretty heavy guard presence. Town guard presence at the or sorry, red cloak presence at the edge of the wood, where you guys would enter through.
Okay. Does it look like we've been spotted? Is this something we can avoid, or?
It does not look as though you've been spotted yet, but they're there. They're something you'll have to contend with.
I'm just gonna march up to one of them then
Okay.
and say, "Who's in charge out here?"
They each have a torch or whatever, and they're gonna kind of like look at each other and be like, they're like, Krauser's in charge, of course, but
I dismissed that idiot earlier. Who's in charge out here?
and he says, well, we report to, we report to Miguel.
Miguel.
And where is Miguel right now?
They're gonna point over at the tower.
All right, I'll head over to the tower.
Okay. As you approach the tower, you can see there's a couple guards outside. There are there's lights coming from out the tower windows, and there's the heavy smell of horses and straw and stuff like that. When you approach the tower, one of the guards is going to say, "Hey, you! What do you think you're doing?"
I think I'm walking to the tower to talk to Miguel. What do you think you're doing?
He's going to he's going to bristle at your tone and your demeanor. He's going to put one hand on his on the hilt of his blade, and he says, "Listen here, I don't know who you think you are, soldier." Or not, he wouldn't say soldier. Maybe he would say soldier. Maybe he would say soldier condescendingly, because of the tone you're trying to put up. He says, "I don't know who you think you are, but nobody gets through here without express permission from."
I am here under personal orders from Milton. I'm doing this as a personal favor to him, owing to our years of friendship. You can either let us pass, or I can go back and roust him from his bed and bring him out here.
Parlay?
How would you? Yeah, we could do a parlay, or there's some expressions being thrown around. There's some looks being thrown around. Would you?
Horrible at parlay, so we could play that through badly. That'd be fun.
Badly?
Yeah, I would recommend either that or maybe discern realities.
Let me try and discern realities first. All right. A 9 on discern, so I can ask, or I can get one answer.
Okay.
What here is useful or valuable to us?
So you can see, so you can kind of get a whiff of, a whiff of alcohol on this guard's breath. He's been doing a little drinking, and even if you don't have too much experience with being in the guard, you know that that's strictly prohibited on guard duty, and looks like his friend is, or it smells like his friend on the other side of the doorway has been partaking as well. I would say that would be enough to get you a +1 forward when acting for a parlay.
Settle down, soldier, settle down. I mean no offense. I'm tired from a long day, and Krauser was less than cooperative, and he and Milton had words, and it turned out the worse for him. And especially owing to your condition, and I kind of mime drinking from something.
Mhm.
I don't wish things to go the same way for you. I'm just anxious for my friends and I to get on our way and try and help with this bandit problem in a way that people with red cloaks may not be able to. We may
Okay.
use guile where you must use force.
Okay. So what do you want from this exchange, and what are you offering for it?
I want to just get past to talk to Miguel,
Okay.
and I want, and I'm offering not ratting him out about the booze.
Okay. And go ahead and roll parlay.
All right. Anyone want to aid me?
That'd probably be Harrison, right?
Oh, yes. Let me see how I can aid. Or should I just roll aid?
Yeah, it would be your roll plus bond.
Roll plus bond. Bam. 1, right?
Yes. No, it should be 2. You should have 2 bonds.
Oh, 2. Well, regardless, it'll be 12.
Okay.
So I will plus 1 it.
Okay. What do you say? What do you do?
So he said something about that he won't rat him out about the booze, right?
Uh-huh.
And do I know? So I know who. Like, is it Stefan or is it Gaspard that kind of owns the area as well?
Stefan.
And I'll throw in a little snide comment, like something like, "It would be a shame if Stefan found that his lackeys were also drinking as well, not just Milton. You know, I heard he has quite the venomous blade."
And
The way I'll phrase the whole ratting out thing, I'll say, I'll keep your little evening indiscretion between us. You know, I understand the value of a good drink on a dark, lonely night.
all right. So you're getting a +2 to the parlay. So go ahead and roll the parlay.
All right, let's see how this goes.
No, don't worry, we'll get you Hera soon enough, buddy.
So
It's
plus
back.
a +2 will get you 10.
That'll be a 10.
Yeah. So yeah. So
The guy with the -1 charisma
Oh.
successfully passed.
yeah. So he gives a little hiccup and a burp, and he says, I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. Just go talk to Miguel.
Thank you, and enjoy your evening.
On your way.
All right. And off we go to Miguel.
Yep. So Miguel is he's inside. It looks like he looks tired as well. It looks like he's tending to his horse, and he's going to when you guys move in and find him, he's going to look up, and he says he kind of looks you up and down, and he says oh great, another zealot.
Uh-oh. That wasn't the right choice of word to use.
He says, look,
I take no offense at your words. I have heard worse, and I am not here to convert you. So set your mind at ease, brother.
so what do you want
I am-
then?
I am here because Milton, Stefan, and I go way back together. And as a favor to Milton, my friends and I have offered to assist with your bandit problem. We are going to attempt to go where you may not be able to because of your outward appearance. After all, bandits see the red cloaks, they scatter. Perhaps an unassuming band of adventurers may succeed where you cannot, and so I have offered our services as a friend, and wanted to report into you as the leader of this sector first.
Succeed in getting robbed, you mean? Save your coin and your time. We're closing in on their position.
Well, you're
Little
fortunate.
bit by little bit every day.
You're fortunate that we have no coin.
As you say that, I start counting my money. 16, 16.
But we do have one of the great heroes of the realm with us, Harold the Great. And as such, I feel that we will be able to handle ourselves out there just fine. As I said, it was a nod of respect to check in with you before we headed out. Milton has already agreed to our plan. We're just here to let you know that this is going on.
Yeah, he's going to look behind you at Harold, and he's gonna kind of look him up and down. And he says, "Harold the Great, huh?"
Indeed.
I thought he was a half giant.
Is.
The bottom half.
And he
All
says, yeah, and he says, it doesn't look like he could arm wrestle a giant.
Looks can be deceiving. Just the other day, he defeated a giant by grabbing him by the ball and forcing him to submit.
Yeah, he seems pretty amused with this. He says, well, if Milton's on board, I guess I can't really tell you no. But we can support you, though. I'll send a couple of my men with you.
That will defeat the purpose of our subterfuge.
Well, they don't have to be right with you. You can use them as backup, in case things get dicey.
We need no backup. As I said, we were here to inform you. Allow us to do what we do best. Trust me, we have this under control.
And, yeah, okay. And, he'll say, he'll kind of tilt his head a little bit and think about it, and he says, all right.
Look at it this way. What have you to lose? It's not costing you men. It's not costing you resources. If we fail, we die in ignominy out there, and you get to say, "We told you so."
It's not a question of manpower for us. It's just a question of knowing where their camp is. You can find their camp, and you can let us know. We'll have them in the noose by morning.
Very well. Off we go.
And yeah, and I think maybe he'll for your troubles, he'll give you a little something.
All right.
Well, I thought so, but maybe not. Let me see. Oh yeah, I think he'll give one of you some bandages.
Okay.
Just one packet of bandages.
Yeah, I have a packet.
Okay, who wants to? Do you want these two, or does somebody else want them?
Let me see what it says. The bandages, because I have 3 uses of bandages, and you don't. There's no roll or anything. It's just heal someone of 4 damage and expend a use. So we should probably spread them out.
Okay.
I suppose I can take them.
Yeah. Our 2 healers each have some bandages.
Equipment. Add. Oh. Is there any way you can add it in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I will.
That'll work.
All right, cool. So you guys have successfully bypassed the guards at the edge of town.
I'll thank you for his generosity as we leave.
Yeah.
And that's just how he replies too. He's
And once
Yeah.
Once we're like outside and away, I'm going to just kind of mutter to everybody that we should keep watch on our on the reverse, because I don't trust him, and I suspect he'll try to have somebody follow us anyway, and we may have to dispose of them.
Agreed.
Oh, can we pick up the trail where we left off, or?
Well, Annabelle says, because she knows, I believe she knows where the bandits' camp is, so she can take you to them.
Okay.
That's right, because Zarthus is her brother, right?
Uh-huh.
Lead on, woman.
All right, yeah. So she will take you into the wood, and so it's her, Duncan, and you guys. Was anybody else coming?
Nope, I think that was
No,
it.
no, Duncan, yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, we were trying to keep this as on the down low as we could.
And the dwarves wanted no part of it, so.
Yeah.
Right. And okay. So you guys are gonna move through the woods, following her. You're gonna be moving through, and you're gonna come across the first thing you're gonna come across is all of you are going to smell this like horrid stench. Like it is.
Can I suggest to her that we take a circuitous route just to make it more likely that we notice any pursuers, just in case?
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's because of this route that you guys are gonna end up in this place where you're just like this like you're still in the woods. There's a couple like small hills and like dips and stuff. You might maybe hear like a small creek or something in the distance. But just the stench is just gonna hit you, and it smells worse than death.
Can I discern realities in this place?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hunt it down as well.
Yeah, let's Aziz, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I was gonna shapeshift into a hyena and try to track it.
Okay. So you can do that if you like. Go ahead and roll for the shapeshift. Nice.
And then I will just. Well, it doesn't give me bonuses, but whatever. Wait.
Oh, hold
I accidentally
on.
rolled that twice. I succeeded on the first one.
Well, I think we could probably just attribute a tracking move to your hyena if you like, or like a smell, like find carcass kind of move, right? If you want to use one of your hold to just automatically do
that was the thing. I didn't want to use one of my hold.
Oh, okay.
I accidentally clicked it twice. I got 10 on the first one, but the second one was a 5.
Okay, so we'll do yours first, and then we'll do Tyrion's. So you can ask how many questions? 3 questions.
Nice.
Let's see. What happened here recently?
So your snout is going to land on the body of a very large grizzly bear, and it's been dead. It's been dead. It's been killed. It looks as though it's been torn apart by some kind of creature. You suspect the very creature that you are hunting has killed this thing.
Okay. So, considering this smells like an unnatural death, what should I be on the lookout for?
So you're smelling, and this thing. So you can probably tell that it was only killed mere hours ago, but it smells like it has been rotting for like days in the sun, in like a humid environment. Like it is. There's no reason that it should be decomposing this far, and just kind of looking over it, you can see that there's some kind of viscous like where the injuries are, where the wounds are, specifically where the bite marks are. You can see that there's some kind of viscous like substance, possibly some kind of venom or poison or something.
Some corruption of some kind.
Yes, seems to have come from the mouth of the creature.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I know I got another question, but I don't think I have anything else.
Okay.
I mean, I will, in hyena form, just kind of put my paw next to the bite wound and kind of point at the viscous liquid without touching it.
Okay.
So you still have one left, and there's not another one you want to do?
Yeah, I don't really see a question that would apply here.
I mean, do I recognize is it poison or is it with my expertise?
If you were to get down and examine it, you would see that it's nothing like you've ever seen.
I probably can't get that close, so I've got a pretty weak stomach.
Oh, okay. So you know nothing then.
The poison expert has a weak stomach. The guy who murders people with poison can't stomach near poison things. This is good. I'm going to say that he rolled better than I did, so he just noticed more things than I did, and that I maybe noticed some of the things that he did to keep things moving.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess for the last question, is there anything useful or valuable?
Useful or valuable? Yeah. So I think
You find a diamond up the dead bear's ass. I'm playing too much Cards Against Humanity.
Trying to think.
Yeah, if there isn't anything, that's fine. I mean,
Right.
it's a pretty cut and dry situation.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything particularly valuable.
Other than knowledge. We already got that.
Oh, you know what? I'll say this. There appears to be like some kind of plant, or some kind of something stuck in the bear's in the bear's fur, on another place of its body. Like there's this.
I was waiting for the ass thing.
It appears to be some kind of plant, as if it just kind of brushed by it, and the thickness of its fur kind of like took some seeds or something with it. But it is. It looks like a bit like a tuft of grain, perhaps, but it's unlike anything that you've seen in real life before. Although it is like something you've seen in a book.
Ooh. Interesting.
Is there like any tracks or a blood trail or from where it came from? Or any tracks that we don't like it doesn't match the bear?
Probably, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to pop out of form because I need to collect this plant. At least so I have a better idea what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Better than the picture, at least.
All right. And There's probably there are probably some tracks that go off into the woods. However, they do go off in the opposite direction of the way that Annabelle is telling you to go.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna circle back to this and backtrack the bear.
Does do the prints look like any other animal that Aziz has seen before?
The prints look very familiar. They look exactly like the prints that Aziz and Rook saw earlier. The clawed
Ooh.
the clawed prints of the lindworm. There are no bear prints in the area.
We should follow the tracks.
Oh, well, we need to meet up with the other guys first.
Okay.
But there's no bear tracks
There's no bear tracks.
Like it was thrown?
or carried
Or maybe
or
this
dropped from the air. The lindworm is big. Is the basis I'm getting off this.
Yeah, if anything's bigger than a grizzly bear.
Well, anything that can carry a grizzly bear.
Yeah.
and it dropped it. It didn't eat it. What does that say?
To be fair, Harold could carry just a bear.
Hell yeah.
And last time we tangled with her, 2 of us almost died. So
She is not a fan of yours.
So Anna says, can we please move away from this? I'm about to be sick.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Tyrion, get away from her. No, I'm only jesting. I'm only jesting.
I've dealt with your humor before. I know it when I see it.
That made me giggle.
You've
Duncan.
told me much about humor.
Duncan's you look over and by torchlight, Duncan's got some like plants stuffed up his nose, and he says I found some mint leaves. I can't smell a thing.
Can we please go? Just leave
Well
him.
done, lad. Well,
Hey,
Hey.
give me one of those mint leaves.
Duncan, why don't you dip a couple of those arrows in that black stuff? Save it for later.
He says ew. You think it'll?
Duncan. Do it.
He
Do
said,
it.
he's gonna look at Tyrion.
I'll look at Rook. I'll say, is it safe for him to do so? I don't want him to damage his quiver or get hurt.
Yeah, sure, it's safe.
So he'll go over and you'll hear the soft squishy sound as he like puts it in, and maybe even like a little like tss as it hits as you see maybe like a little steam coming off of the tip of the arrow. He's gonna very
Ooh.
carefully kind of like put it.
I'll say before you put it back, how many arrows do you have?
6.
Can you fire one into the carcass of the bear and just see if this affects the balance of the arrow?
Yeah, he'll fire into it, and he'll call the shot too. He'll be like center back, and then he'll like plunge it right into the center back.
I've never seen someone double tap a grizzly bear.
And no, it seems to do fine.
All right. Did you feel safe using that?
He says sure, and he kind of haphazardly like pulls the arrow out and like tosses it, like flips it up in the air and grabs it, and throws it in his quiver.
Then why don't you dip 1 or 2 to bring with us?
And squish squish, 3 gross arrows.
All right.
That's what they will be called, gross arrows.
Gross arrows.
Serious.
And it doesn't seem like anyone's behind us as we've been walking.
Oh, let's use your discern realities for that.
Okay.
Which question would that be?
I guess looking behind me, what here is not what it appears to be would be the best question for that.
Okay. Yep. So you'll look around as you guys move on from the bear towards the camp. You'll keep a sharp eye out for anybody that might be following. And somebody is following you.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't see them. You can barely hear them, but they seem to be moving up in the trees.
Oh. I'm going to mention it to the party that we're being followed, and we're being followed by someone up in the treetop.
Duncan's like, just point out where you hear them. I'll shoot him down with a single arrow.
Well, there's no need to shoot them yet, because we don't know if it's the guards or if it's someone from the bandits that's picked us up and is making sure that we're supposed to be here. Aziz, do you want to sneak around in animal form and see if you can see?
Yeah. Let's see. In the trees, what can I go with?
Squirrel.
Squirrel. In the African savannah, whatever the equivalent of a squirrel is.
Whatever,
African squirrel.
yeah, whatever Timon is, I guess.
Meerkat?
Meerkat.
Meerkat, yeah.
I don't know how they climb, but whatever. That equivalent.
I think they're more. I think they dig more than climb, but sure.
Shush you.
Well, then one of them savannah monkeys.
Yeah.
We're trying to have a meerkat moment here.
That is true. I'm rooting the Hakuna Matata.
Well, you got
Some
a pig. You got a pig last time, so
That's right.
you already called Pumbaa.
The pig, we've had a meerkat, next we'll do a lion, a zebra. Didn't he say he did a hyena too?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're just doing the lion.
Lion King remix.
Lion King remake.
This is
Where I play everybody.
This is a secret sequel.
So you could also go hornbill if you wanted to just fly up.
Yeah. So I'll go meerkat,
And we'll call you Zazu.
tree cat, something like that. I don't know.
Trinket.
All right, cool.
Oh well, I gotta roll that. Bad things can happen, but not today.
Dang.
Okay. So you got the 3 hold there. Do you have a cat on your sheet or something that can do what you want on your sheet?
Let me double check. Oh, there's a squirrel. Oh. Nothing really useful there.
All right. So okay. So yeah. So you can go up and into the trees. Which animal did you go with?
Just I don't know. I did look it up, but whatever. I think actually they think there are squirrels in Africa. So yeah, just go squirrel.
Okay. So yeah. So you can climb up there and be kind of looking around. Sure enough, up there you can see that there is an elf, kind of like Duncan, like that same type of elf. I guess we can call them common elves, because they're common. But well, and I think they're just not like super magical or anything. They're just like they're closer to humans, I think, than their like other elven brethren. But he still has like the lithe figure and maybe some long hair and the pointy ears, and he appears to just be kind of gliding gracefully around these tree branches, sort of following the group's movements. Even as a squirrel, you're kind of like finding that that you're only just able to keep up with him.
Okay. Does he? I mean, I'm assuming he's armed.
Yeah, it looks like he has a short sword strapped to his back over his shoulder.
And is he wearing any signifying colors or anything like that?
I think he's probably in like some like dark brown, dark green colors, very camouflagey. Doesn't seem to be flashing any insignia or anything.
Okay. So let's see, what else can I do here? I guess I can't figure out who it is, like if there's any one person in the group he's tracking.
He not particularly. He just seems to be following the just following the group from the treetops.
Okay. Well, I am going to try to get ahead of him.
Okay.
And basically just find a strong enough branch to come out of form.
Okay.
And be like, who are you and what are you doing here?
Flying squirrel attack on his face. Bam!
Rocky the flying squirrel. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay.
Yeah, you knock him out of the tree, and I'll be waiting.
So I think in squirrel form, you're probably able to sort of maneuver ahead of him, and yeah, you can do just that. You can sort of like get ahead of him and stop on a larger tree branch, and kind of be there in his way.
Yeah, I'm kind of giving him the evil eye.
Okay. He's going to do like a double take. He definitely did not expect to see someone else in the treetops. He's going to sort of like Tarzan style, like slide down the tree branch of the tree that you're on, and kind of just be like hanging in the branches there, and he's going to be hanging onto like a tree branch up atop, and then he's going to have one hand on the hilt of his blade, and he says well, I think he'll speak Elvish to you at first, and then I think you only know bits of ancient Elvish, right?
Yeah, I'm going to respond with the Elvish equivalent of no comprende.
And he'll say, yes, the common tongue. Well met, stranger.
Well, are we well met?
And he says, you travel with the girl.
That's
You look at
Anna,
Harrison.
right? Yeah. Wait. Which one? The one with the loot or the other one?
He says, Annabelle.
And what is your interest in Annabelle?
He says, only that she is a trusted friend of our group. Anyone she trusts, we trust as well. I see you are astute. I did not expect you to see me up here.
Well, yes. Anyway, so you are a part of the resistance.
He says, and he nods. He says, uh, I hail from, Turnip Town.
Hmm. Well, you have friends among us then. Come, join us. Walk
Duncan?
by side with us.
Yeah, when you say friends among us, he kind of grimaces, and he doesn't say anything, but he just kind of like,
What? We have a champion prepared to fight in Turnip Town.
And yeah, he's interested.
Are you
He's...
an elven friend?
No, I'm not talking about Duncan.
But yeah, now that you've seen him and everything, he sees no reason to stay up in the treetops. He'll slide back down to where the party is, maybe like appear behind you guys. When Duncan turns around, he immediately recognizes him, and he says, Patrice?
Damn it, Patrice!
And the elf will grimace again, and he'll say, Duncan.
Oh, now I understand.
And Duncan will be like, Patrice, like I thought, like we all thought you ran away, like what's going on? Like we moved to the town. And he'll just start filling him in immediately, like on everything. And Patrice is like, I know.
Hey, Duncan, I think he knows. It's all good. It's all good, lad.
He says,
I think he's faking it. Tell him again.
No. It's all good. I think he knows.
He says the same thing that's happening to Hawthorne is happening to Turnip Town, and consequently every other town within the Crimson Blade territory. That's why we have joined together. And he says, and then Anna will fill him in on what the plan is for you guys to like hunt down the Lindworm, and then they can use the wish to fix the town or whatever. To which he kind of scoffs at, and he says, humans will believe anything. Wishes.
I'll just kind of shrug, kind of agreeing with him.
Well, how would you know unless you haven't defeated a Lindworm? I'm like a little snubbed.
He says no one has defeated a Lindworm. It shouldn't.
Then how?
It shouldn't even exist.
Wait, we'll be the first.
And you think that it doesn't exist?
I said it shouldn't exist.
Well, that's what we're getting rid of it for, and then we'll have a wish, Mr. Grumpy Frippery Pants.
So at this
Because I'm
point,
not frippery.
so at this point, Annabelle is leading you guys down another path, and it kind of like there's two huge rocks in the forest here, and there's like a little path between them, where there must have been like a stream or a river at one time, but it's all dried up now. It'll kind of go downhill, and after a sharp turn, she'll take you down this path, and you guys will be confronted with this. It looks like some sort of eerie and mysterious totem. It's like in like the Blair Witch, it's like the stick contraptions, like the Dreamcatcher kind of things.
Yeah, would it have something to do with spell and magics?
Yes.
Could I use, what is it? When I first encounter an important creature, location, or item covered by your bardic lore, you can ask the GM any one question about it, and the GM will answer truthfully. And then the GM may then ask you what tale, song, or legend you have heard that information in. I don't know if that applies here, but
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I guess what is it used for, and what does it represent?
Oh yeah, you just get to ask that, right? You don't have to roll anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so so this is like a flagrant warning sign. This is like not ancient elves, but like older elves, like ones that lived like hundreds of years ago as opposed to thousands of years ago. They used to use these to as basically to mark their territory, sort of. But this is different. This is used as an explicit warning, like this area is off limits. Like, think radioactive waste. Like,
Oh, it's
like
not like the bandits are doing it?
No.
Hmm.
And the elf that is with you doesn't even seem to see it or like, just walks right by it. No care in the world.
Should we be entering here? Mr. Patrice.
And
Patty.
yeah. And he looks back and he says the camp is this way.
You go right, Harrison.
Did you use that little stick doll thing to deter people from entering?
He looks at it as if he's seeing it for the first time, and he says, "Huh, what is it?"
You don't know what it is? All right, hold on. You're about to get schooled in elven history. So, what this thing is this is a bad warning sign. No area zone. You are not allowed to enter because there's something dangerous or intimidating or scary or bad or cursed or desecrated, and we should not enter the area. You've never seen this before.
He kind of shrugs. He says, "It doesn't look remarkable to me."
Patty, I'm telling you that this is a see, the dog knows. This is a warning. This is a thinly veiled threat that we should not enter. And I'm just clarifying, you haven't seen this before.
He says,
no matter how remarkable it may or may not be to you.
He kind of shrugs. He says, I've just never noticed it before.
And you've come to visit the bandit camp a couple times, right?
He says, I reside there with the others.
Do you know what this is? Have you seen this before?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Do you not? This frightens me. But then again, everything frightens me. But I know it's not a good sign.
How much does this frighten you compared to the other things that frighten you, Harrison?
From a scale of 1 to Clive Gesualdo's unibrow. Clive Gesualdo's unibrow.
Damn.
That thing's a caterpillar, I swear.
This is serious. Heightened alert, everyone.
And he's gonna look at you guys like you're kind of crazy. He says we come this way all the time. There's nothing dangerous.
Well, obviously there is. Why else would this be placed here?
Perhaps it's to mark the territory of the lindworm.
Oh yeah, and there's nothing dangerous past this, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Just the bandit camp. That's all.
Well, it doesn't seem to. It never comes to the bandit camp.
Quick question: is there just one, or is it kind of like a border?
There's just one that you see right now.
Oh, good! I can't wait to see them hanging from the trees when we get in there.
So they'll pull you along if you allow yourself to be pulled along.
And I can't wait to see stacks of stones everywhere as well. Boy, oh boy, am I so excited!
As you come into the clearing, you do see. Well, actually, so as you approach the clearing, you will you can see some dim torchlight, and you can see stacks of stones, but they look like ruins. They don't necessarily look like like those stacks of stones.
Yet, give it time.
Yes, and these ruins are quite different from the last ruins you were at. Like the last ruins you were at were very like they were made of stone, but the stone looked as though it was even though it was sort of in a crumbled state, it had a very like gloss, like each face of the stone had like a very glossy look to it. And when you guys went down into the ruins, like it was very like very smooth, as if the stone hadn't been carved and assembled. It looked as though it had been formed out of like one huge piece of stone almost. Like there were no seams or anything. This stonework is definitely a lot less glamorous. It's crumbling, and there's basically just like piles of ruins, and but there's one that sort of sits in the center of the camp that basically just looks like a gray box, and with a rectangular door on the front and some stairways leading down. There's some torches by it, and there's some people by it, and there's some people like milling around in the clearing as you guys come in. They all stand up alert for a second, but when they see Anna, they sort of relax a little bit, and soon enough, Zarthus will stride forward from one of the tents in the clearing as well, and greet you. He says, you made it. Shall we kill ourselves a lindworm tonight?
That's the plan.
Yes.
I believe we haven't been properly introduced. Frippery clothing.
Harrison, as you were introducing, or as you were frippering around, you're definitely going to notice more of these things hanging around the area.
Yeah, I believe we haven't been introduced. So what's with the stick people?
And he's like,
Mr. Zarthus.
and he's like, huh? What? And then Patty will step up and he'll relay what you said. And Zarthus says, just old elven superstitions. They mean nothing to us in this day and age.
So you have no idea who's put these up and where they've come from?
Do people in this country not respect their elders or something? Is that a thing?
Harold, they don't respect me, and that's what's more important than anything right now.
Harrison,
Frippery.
I believe approximately 1% of the population respects you.
And that's better than none.
True.
You're saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a percentage. So you don't know where they came from, correct? Zarthus, Patty?
And,
Top? All right, second.
Yeah, they all just shrug. They're kind of just like, what?
I have studied in spells and magics. My mentor was Melvin Spelvin, and he taught me about this sort of stuff. This stuff you avoid because it's bad news. Harold muscles.
And
What?
and you're gonna hear some intense coughing from one of the tents, and like some intense coughing, like
See, a plague has begun.
Someone's hacking up a lung.
Foundry start working. Thank you. Thank you for respawning it.
Yes, you're welcome. Good. It's working for you now.
Yeah,
Okay.
What
good.
the
Yeah.
heck? Are you serious?
it just popped up. Yep. I've been
messaging him the
fighting
whole
this thing
time.
for an hour and now it just works.
Yeah,
Great.
sorry, I changed a setting on my computer. Unfortunately, it went down. It made the stream go down briefly, but we are back.
Okay.
So and Foundry is working for everyone now, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean,
Good.
it's expansion.
Alright.
I'm happy with it.
All right, cool. So I'm so sorry. That was a little distracting for me. So I missed what the last thing. I missed the last thing that was said.
Oh, I told Tyrion that I hope his gods will protect us tonight.
They will.
Okay. And yeah, and so there's coughing, and someone's gonna come rushing out of a tent, and he's gonna come rushing over to Zarthus, and he says I don't. He says Zarthus, I don't have the skills to help him. He's dying. He needs actual assistance.
Tyrion, let's do this.
And we walk into
I
the tent.
got this, and I start walking towards them.
Allow us.
Let's we'll take a look at the patient. What's wrong?
What are your symptoms? How would you rate your pain from a scale of 1 to 10?
He's going to look at both of you, and he says, Are either of you a doctor or a soothsayer? Sayer?
Yes, we are healers, and we have the guidance of the gods.
I have the guidance of a book.
And your loot.
So, okay, so you guys can go check that out. Zarthus will, Zarthus will allow you to go with the this other guy. What else are you guys doing, or what are the other guys doing while that's going on?
Well, while they're checking out the guy in the tent, I want to check out these stick figures that Harrison pointed out.
Okay.
I mean, do they look like they recently made, or are they something left over? From like possibly the last people that made camp here.
Right. Let's see. Cool. The stream is back up, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're dark. You
I
can
know,
tell when
yeah.
you're looking.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you probably get the impression that these are old, like really old. There's a magical component to them, like some sort of magical resilience to them, but which Harrison probably would have explained to you. But they seem to be fashioned from like one stick bent like in impossible ways, like they're sort of these impossible little stick figures. And
would I know if there was like something like kind of like in the Blair Witch, if there was like something inside of them, like a tongue or a weird like some sort of component in the middle?
Probably not. They're
not a tongue, but like
no, nothing strange like that. Although the wood that they're made out of might be special.
Do I know what type of wood it is? Is it a particular type of wood, or is it just something that they're able to use magic to shape it?
Let's say Illwood.
Illwood.
Well, anything's better than Morningwood. Moving on.
There it is, folks. The joke of the night.
And we have the dick
I'm done.
joke. All right, this is the action sturge.
Thank you for being one. So Aziz, these things are old. They were probably put here whenever this place was
Abandoned.
made or abandoned. Yeah.
So I wonder if the bandits, thinking to myself, but I wonder if the bandits did something here that actually released the Lindworm.
Let's
Outlaw.
I mean, we almost unleashed something on the last Elven Ruins we were in.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Would you like to spout lore?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I will not. I got no clue. Taking it
Okay.
here.
I'd like to spell more, but not today.
Okay. All right. So okay. So you're out there looking at that. Harrison and Tyrion, you're inside. Harold, what are you doing? Harold and Rook, I guess.
Starfus.
Okay. Anything interesting you're going to talk to him about?
Yeah, I'm going to ask him if anyone else has been caught with the sickness or have died recently here.
Oh yeah, so he says he looks a little worried, and he kind of furrows his brow, and he said he's the fifth one of us who's come down with this sickness, and and he says we're not really sure
That's
what's.
kind of disturbing.
He says we're not.
Stupid.
Yep.
He says
Nope.
we're. He says
It's just another way to die.
he says we're not really sure what the cause is, but we're a little worried about it. We think it might have something to do with and he kind of looks around. He kind of like lowers his voice and he says, "I can trust you, right?"
You can trust me. We're here to help.
He says, "We've been stealing food to create a supply for the towns when the winter comes. That way we can survive the winter. We've been storing it in there." And he points to the to the gray stone building. And he says, "No one knows this, but it's all been spoiled. Some kind of mold or growth is eating it, and has completely ruined it. We have nothing. That's why it's important that we kill this lindworm and get the wish. It's our only hope."
I hate to ask this. The other four, because I know that this person is still alive, have they perished?
And he says, he nods and he points over to to sort of like a to some like hastily made graves over at one edge of the camp.
I'm not the greatest tracker or hunter or anything, but I have a thought that the lindworm eats things when they have rotten completely. It is a terrible thing to ask, but would you be fine with using your old companions as bait for the lindworm as a last-ditch attempt?
His eyes are gonna grow wide, and you're gonna see like it's kind of dark out, but even by the torchlight, you can see like the vein bulging in his head at the at this request. And we're gonna cut away for a second. Rook, are you doing anything?
Yeah. I am. I don't know how I do it though, but I'm trying to put the golden hammer back on Tyrion's person
Okay.
without him knowing.
Okay. That sounds like one of your.
Defy danger.
It sounds like a trick. It sounds like a trick of the trade.
Okay. Here we go.
Nice. Crit.
Damn.
Okay.
Holy! I think I did it.
Yes. You just slip it right back in there. No problem.
All right. That makes me happy.
So that means that okay, cool. So
Tyrion feels randomly invigorated for no reason. Whoosh!
well, and he might need
Yeah,
it because you guys are in the Tyrion and Harrison are in the tent, and when you go in, you can see that there's a dim lamp in the tent giving it light. This guy, laying on a pile of basically a pile of rags, is laying there, and he looks pretty bad. He's completely gaunt. There's this like discoloration to his skin, almost like very like a very ashy kind of gray, like pallor, and he's clutching at his chest, and he's taking very labored breaths, and every now and then he'll heave and just start coughing uncontrollably. The guy who brought you in here, he turns to you and he says I don't know what to do. He's going to die like the others.
Leave it to us.
Okay.
Tyrion, let's. Yeah, I feel really sad about that. Let's heal him.
Okay.
And
Now,
I guess with like a teamwork of like my arcane art and whatever spell you have.
yeah, what I was thinking is, even though we didn't hear the conversation about starving, this looks like a combination of starvation and disease. What would I need to do? I need to roll something to know that, or are the signs pretty obvious?
You could possibly spout lore to get to sort of mine some useful information.
All right. So we'll start talking about that.
So I totally forgot about Aziz's terrible roll. So as soon as you guys, hold on one second. Let me pull up my moves real quick. I might need to make a move.
Uh-oh.
About to get like
Oh.
exorcist up in here.
Terry, did you take an XP point?
I did.
Okay, good.
And I'm stuck at 118k points.
Nice.
I've been stuck for weeks.
So okay. So what you guys will notice oh no, okay, actually never mind. I've already done what I need to do. So go ahead and make your roll.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. A lot of build up for nothing.
Partial success.
Okay.
Me too. I draw unwanted attention. But I still am able. I actually get, now that I leveled up last time, I get to choose 2 effects as well. So I would like to heal damage, and then I guess the other thing I would choose is their mind is shaken clear of 1 enchantment, if there is.
Okay. Well, let's. So Tyrion, you're going to spout some lore. You got an 8, so I'll tell you something interesting. So this doesn't seem to be. You suspect disease or some kind of sickness at first, but when you get down to take a closer look, you can see that that the reason his skin has turned this like ashen gray is not necessarily because that's the color of his skin, but he's actually sprouting these like tiny little hairs out of all of his pores across his whole body. And they're actually moving a little bit, like they're pulsating a little bit.
What in the ever living fuck?
And so this doesn't seem like a disease or a sickness. This could possibly be organic.
Ooh.
So cat with fire.
And true to that, Harrison, when you play your song and try to heal him, you can see Tyrion, since you're close up, you can see sort of a wave go across this man's like flashes, like each of the like little microfibers like sort of reacts to the song, and you can see that they recoil away momentarily, and like his normal color comes back, but only for a moment. As soon as Harrison stops playing, they sort of like sponge out of his skin again, and seemingly with excruciating pain, because he
oh, come on.
Yeah, and he will he'll cough again, and yes.
Not even the enchantment thing helped.
It does not appear so. It does not appear that he is under some mental hold or enchantment hold.
Is there anything I know about this with my spell and magics? My bardic lore?
Unfortunately, no. This is not necessarily. This is not a spell or magic.
I think I might be able to cure him.
You say as you're standing like at the front of the tent, like your just whole fucking body, like I think I may be able to heal him.
Well, Harold, Harold, back out where you are. The Zarthus is like just the idea of digging up his people and using them as fodder to feed this monster. It sickens him, and he's really angry about it. But he doesn't he doesn't say anything for a moment, and he really seems like he's considering it. And he says,
I'm looking at him as sincerely as I possibly can. Like trying to show him that I know what I'm asking. It's not what I want to ask in the slightest, but it needs to. But I'm not saying anything. I'm just looking at him, like waiting for a response.
Yeah, he seems to be struggling with the same thing, and he says, you think we could use it to lure the monster, to trap it?
It might be the only way to track it. If we cannot track it, we need to have some sort of last-ditch attempt. I know what I'm asking of you.
He
Absolutely disgusting for me to do so, but if it is necessary to save the ones living.
So he's going to nod solemnly, and he says we have no other choice. And he motions for you to follow him to go dig them up.
I follow him.
I want to call Aziz into the tent.
I am like furiously like till my fingers bleed play this arcane art for this guy because I'm so angry I can't help him that
Okay.
I want to at least alleviate some pain for him.
Okay. And it seems like it's working. However, you can see the fear in his eyes because he knows that whenever you stop playing, it's going to happen again. It's going to be.
And I'm just like, oh, don't worry, everything's fine. I won't let you feel hurt anymore. As my fingers like are like bleeding, like, and don't worry about me. No, I'm fine. I like
Every little
playing
thing,
music.
It's going to be all right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop
Okay.
And
until Aziz or somebody can identify what's going on here.
keep going. And I'll also call for someone with shaving gear to come.
Shaving gear. That would be me. It's in my pack. You might want to get it.
Same.
You can't
Awesome to
stop
groom.
busy. I mean, you can say I have some in my pack, but because I'm just saying that, I'm just shouting this. I call for Aziz, and I call for someone with a shaving kit.
Aziz, what do you do?
Yeah, I'll go in and assist, or
And I'll say, it looks like whatever's afflicting this man is not a mundane disease. It looks like some organism, some parasite has invaded his body, and I'll describe what the hairs are doing and point it out to him and say, maybe your knowledge of beasts and the wild and other organisms can help us understand what it is so that we can save his life.
that'd be a spout lore,
Yeah,
or
I think it would be a spout lore. Unless you
And
have.
can I aid him since I know a little bit something now?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Let's see what to do. One bond.
Yes. Oh no.
I was not successful in help.
At this point, when you guys are coming in to investigate, the guy is going to. Harrison, you're still playing, right?
Mm-hmm. Not
Okay.
stopping.
Okay. So this guy is going to start coughing, and now as he's coughing, this cloud of it looks like dust is being ejected from his body and starting to spread outwards in the tent. Everybody
Okay.
defy danger.
Yeah,
You
stay
know
away.
the
As
road
I
to
am, I got a
El Dorado?
7 on my spout lore,
Okay.
so I know something.
This is some kind of this is everything about this, like the way it's ejecting these this cloud, reminds you of so there's I guess there's two words that come to your mind: fungus, spores, and as you
Yep,
see
that's
this
what I was thinking.
cloud of ejection of like spores, like filling the tent. Everybody defy danger. Well, Tyrion, Harrison, and Aziz.
Constitution, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think so. Unless you want to act quickly, perhaps, or it just kind of depends on what you're doing to avoid the spores.
Constitution for me, I'm definitely doing it by enduring my indomitable force of will.
Okay.
Damn. Well, mark
Huh.
XP.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Harrison!
Yes, mark XP.
I can't figure out a way mental fortitude would work. So I guess it's just constitution.
Feeling, sweet
Just gotta
boy.
outthink it.
Well, the quick thinking was, you know, to absolutely not breathe inside this tent while pulling people out. But that's con's better than intelligence. So
Okay.
Can I...
shit.
Oh.
And this is where you get a TPK.
So
I was Go ahead.
What?
yeah, so
glad
so
I'm
so
out.
both of you are going to reluctantly sort of these spores. You're going to breathe in these spores, and
Could I try and do a defend to... I don't know how I would defend them from spores, but...
let's look at the defend action real quick and see what the options are to see if anything like that is something you can do.
Redirect the attack. I mean, that would be.
Yeah, you could redirect. You could have the effect, perhaps. So those are some things you could do.
Yeah.
Depends how good you defend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a defend.
Okay.
See how many hold.
on who?
Versus spores.
I can only it says person, item, or location. So if I say what would you say? I would have to defend one of them, or could I say I'm trying to defend my allies in the room?
I think it'd be more interesting if you had to choose one.
Then, with the bonds I have, I got to pick Harrison.
Okay.
So I'm defending Harrison.
Okay.
Woo!
You succeed. With an 11, you have 3 hold. So you can use. It's basically one for one. So.
All right. So I redirect the cloud from Harrison to myself. I basically show that it's like I'm just force of will to protect myself from the cloud, and then I see that Harrison's not paying attention or is too busy like playing through it and is not gonna move. So I just plow Harrison out of the way to let it get to me.
You're like throw him out of the tent.
Still playing.
Still playing as he tumbles, and I'm gonna try and have the attack's effect or damage, and those are the only things I can do because I can't see how dealing damage to the attacker equal to my level. I don't know how I would deal damage to spores. That wouldn't make any sense.
Correct. Yeah. So
those two.
So you can redirect to you, and you can have the effect or.
Yeah. So I'll just 3. So I'll just do those 2 things.
Okay. So you're gonna have to breathe in some spores for this because you're redirecting it. So.
I'm foregoing my save to protect Harrison.
Right. So you'll get a little inhale, but the effect will be halved.
Yep.
So let's see here. Oops. All right. right. So you'll take half of 7 damage here, and you're still gonna still feel this like little tickle inside your in your throat, and every time you breathe, it's gonna be a little harder. But you're gonna be in way better shape than the guy who's laying on the rags there. Aziz.
So Harold, how do you think it's going there?
Aziz, you'll take the that full 7, and then
I don't know, but somehow I feel like this is my fault.
You'll take that full 7, and then you're gonna be worse off. Let's see, what can I do for this? Oh, you know what?
It would help if we knew how to freaking cure it.
Yeah, I think I'll just have it sort of on standby, and then use it as another move when somebody rolls bad or something like that.
Oh shit.
All right, so so yeah, so for right now you guys are okay. There's like a little trouble breathing, but like, I mean, you still have like full use of your faculties. All right.
All right.
So we know nothing about it though. So it's just a waste of time.
Aziz knows something more about it, but his and Tyrion's spout lore was only good enough for something interesting and useful. Oh, sorry, or something interesting.
Could I try to spout lore, or is that too many spout lores? Because mine's +2.
I'll allow you to spout lore, yeah.
I probably won't. Well, that was a 10.
Okay.
Something interesting and useful about the subject.
Okay. So putting all of the information together, along with your knowledge of what these like little sticks are, you're almost certain that this is that you've come across something like this in one of your books. This is some kind of plague town, many of which were abandoned at a certain time in Elven history, and for this reason, and as far as you know, there at this point there is no cure for this. That's why they locked it away. So the outlook is actually looking pretty grim, as far as you understand.
Cool.
Oh, all right. So I'm gonna be like, sticks bad, sickness bad, sickness that doesn't seem to have a cure, uber bad. Shit. Oh my god. So. Rally everybody up. Putting the pieces together from what Aziz and Tyrion have helped me so graciously piece together, there's no cure for these spores, and I believe our friend is good as dead, because I can't keep playing here forever. And on top of that, this isn't a safe place to be.
Oh, I'll give you something else useful too. You think it might be useful to figure out where exactly it came from and see if there's anything more interesting there. So that's useful. And then I think what's also useful is that you think that once they're exposed to it, it's not like they can get double exposed. So once they're exposed to it, their prolonged exposure won't increase the rate of infection for this
so
fungus.
We have to definitely be looking for like a mushroom or something too, or like a fungus.
So what you're saying is I gotta check out a hole.
What I'm saying is we might be we have a lot of uses for this wish we're gonna get from this lindworm.
So Zarthus and Harold, you guys are digging up a body when you
Hear the screams.
Yeah, you'll definitely hear some screams and whatnot. Zarthus will look back towards the tent and he says, "Oh no," and he's gonna start running towards it.
I'm going to tell everybody to get the hell away from this tent.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
have half the body dug up. Like, okay, we'll just leave it there for now.
Yeah, and there's like a ring of bandits around the tent now, and everybody's like what's
Get
going
the
on?
hell
Like,
back!
everybody's
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm fucking pushing them away.
Aziz is
No.
coughing a little bit.
Yeah, you know what I'm doing is I'm like holding back Harold, but like he's just pushing me in closer. No. Harold, stop. Harold, they're sick and they can't be cured.
Contagious disease
What do you mean
spores.
can't
Get
be
the hell back!
I don't know how else to dumb it down for you. That's pretty simple, Harold. Can't be cured? Hold on, let me do it. Man is sick. Cannot get better. Come on now.
I get it, but there's no such thing as can't be cured. We can fix them. Of course we can fix them.
I tried. I used my magic. Tyrion used his god magic, and that didn't even work.
Did Tyrion actually use his god
something.
magic?
Not yet, but
So technically,
Use your
Technically, we
god
have it,
magic, man.
the spell that I was going to use would work on like mundane food spoilage and things like that. And so if we tried to adapt that here, I don't think it would work because this seems like it's something more than that.
Agreed.
Which is why I was thinking of seeing what would happen if we tried to get rid of the hairs on him, since those things seem like they're organic and reacting to the music. And so what happens if we shave all of these weird hairs off of him? Does it buy him time?
I'll toss you my shaving kit, and then I'll ask Harold to give his as well to Aziz.
the second you start to shave, this guy starts screaming out in pain, as if you're like cutting into his flesh.
Okay. It's now intrinsically a part of his nervous system.
Yes. Aziz, you don't have hairs yet.
Okay.
On
Perhaps
my 10 plus with my spout lore, would I know if Tyrion's magic would have an effect on something like this?
I mean, I can just cast it and try.
Is this something that I can cut out of someone?
You are not carving up this man
Perhaps
and offering him as a sacrifice to your gods. Not
No,
tonight.
maybe we can
I
burn
will
it.
play doctor.
You are not playing doctor. Your hands
Well,
aren't
you
quite
two
steady.
tried it and it didn't help. I mean, what's the point?
I am offended. I did the best I could. My fingers are bleeding.
Yeah, and those two are dying, so I don't care at this point.
They're actually not doing too terrible right now.
You just said uncurable disease.
Mm.
They're doing pretty fucking terrible.
I mean, they're standing.
It's just a mild cough.
Yeah. Aziz,
This
shut the
man
hell
can
up.
be dead standing.
Zarthus is just like pacing back and forth, trying to figure out what the fuck to do. He says, he turns back to you all and he says, we have to get the Lindworm. It's our only hope.
No, what we need to do is get these people out of this stick figure area. This has been bad since the beginning. I told you that, and you all thought I was crazy.
He says, how are we supposed to know what some sticks in the forest mean?
Because I just told you.
And he kind of like for a second he kind of pleads with you, and he's just like I didn't know. And he kind of whistles and gathers everybody around, and he says, we have to move camp.
Okay.
What'd you say?
No, I'll let him finish what he said.
Okay, he says we have to move camp. Everybody pack up what you can. If you see any side of the mold, don't just leave it behind. Just don't come into contact with it, and don't go back into the food storage shelter.
I'll say, what mold?
He says,
Entire food storage is spoiled.
And
Burn it.
at this Zarthus kind of
I'm-
like puts his like hand in his heads and hand in his head,
Yeah, we got
head in his hands, yeah. And he like everybody kind of like gasps collectively, and
I was gonna try to be sneaky about it, but I guess not. Let's go.
Where is that food storage?
one of the other bandits points to the gray stone building.
I just walk past him and walk in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm right beside him.
Okay. And
Take a torch.
so and you leave the rattling crowd behind. As you guys step in, you can see that there are some uneven stone steps, like going down into like a cellar kind of area. And as you go down, you can see that it actually goes down to a nice size like underground room. There's like there's crates and barrels and stuff like all stacked up, and there's like sacks of like grain and stuff. And but everything, or nearly everything, has this like brown mold that is like sort of like worked its way across the surface of most things. And when you guys come in, it almost sort of reacts to you a little bit, like you can see it you can see the fibers kind of like depress and like little waves of energy like going across the fibers. What do you do?
All right.
Is there a pattern to the growth? So is there like a thicker area where it might have started from?
Perhaps a discern realities would be in order here.
Yeah, I think it's time for some discernment.
Okay, so go ahead and ask. You each get a question. Teamwork.
Well, I will go with what happened here recently. That was my original question.
Okay. So you're going to be looking around. You're looking specifically. You're looking for like a point of origin. There definitely seems to be a pattern. Like it definitely, like there's like tendrils of growth closer to the entrance. But then the further you go back into the room, you can see that there's like thicker clumps of this stuff, pretty much encompassing like entire crates and whatnot. And towards the back of the room, you're gonna see something strange. It's basically a point in the wall where the almost like a large crack in the wall, probably big enough for like a person to sort of squeeze through, and it seems to be tendriling out completely from this point in the wall. You can see that there's still like a crack, like a passageway through, but it's just like it's got the mold kind of on all sides of it.
And that's below ground, so we wouldn't be able to see it from outside, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, does the mold do anything when I touch it?
When you touch it, it kind of like the fibers kind of like cling to you. And the longer you leave your hand there, it's almost like they pull on you a little bit, like it gently tugs on you, and it starts to eke up your hand.
Okay, I'll pull my hand back from that.
Okay.
I get it. So I think our answer's through there, but I'm not sure how to get through there safely. We might not be able to get infected, but probably still get eaten.
True. I'm going to say what here is useful or valuable to us.
10,000 gallons of lamp oil. Oh, sorry.
That was my first thought. Is throw a Molotov into that crack and just see what happens.
Yeah,
Yes, it does respond to your torch. It seems to almost like clear away from the heat. Like it, like the areas where your torch is close to the ceiling and there's like fungus on the ceiling, it actually sort of moves to give the heat a berth.
So we can make a path with our torches.
Sounds like we need a sauna.
Finnish technology.
And we probably shouldn't bring anybody else in with us because they're not infected yet.
True.
And it's probably best to keep it that way. But we should let them know we're about to go down to this crack at the bottom. And if we're not back in, say, a half hour, that they might want to risk the mold to come and get us. Or just assume we're dead.
Yeah.
Either way, works for me.
Nacho, stop.
Shall we?
Come on.
We shall.
All right. And so one of us like torching in front, one of us torching behind, kind of
clearing a path.
You took what? You took what? 7 points on the before? I only took half, so I'm gonna give him a quick cure wounds before we go in, just in case things get gnarly.
Okay.
In the middle of a field of mold while we're waving torches back and forth, I'm just gonna like, oh no, I'm not. But I also don't lose anything for it. So, all right. Well, that was bad.
Okay, so so you're going to begin to cast your spell, and
you get XP.
You do get XP.
I call it hairball.
It's true. Your godly magic doesn't work.
Yeah. When you go to cast your spell, so this is actually going to happen up outside. Yeah, so when you go to cast your spell, the rest of you, like, so as you're heading towards the door, the rest of you outside can maybe see, like tendrils of the fungus sort of like eking outside, and like it's almost like it's digging into the stone, and before you can cast your spell, these cracks are going to start forming in the stone, and then the door is going to collapse and separate you all from each other.
I would like to try and catch the debris or something, or like trying to hold it up. Is that possible?
Well, we already told you to not come in.
Right. Well, I think Harold will act on instinct, my friends. Oh fuck.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll say you can go and you can sort of position yourself under it. It's a pretty dangerous situation to be in. Because it's kind of collapsing. It's a heavy piece of stone. I'll allow you to defy danger.
With strength or?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do strength. Okay.
May I assist by performing an? No. Let me finish. Can I perform an arcane art and then try to aid?
Okay.
If I can perform an arcane art, okay, I can.
Okay.
So I'll choose the get a +2 instead of +1, and then I don't know, another thing, possibly a D4 for damage just in case we need it for something later. And then I guess I will try to aid.
All right, and then you rolled an 8, right? So you choose you either draw unwanted attention or your magic reverberates to other targets, affecting them as well.
Well, I mean, it can't hurt anybody else, right? Right? Unless I'm reading that wrong.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
So reverberates to other targets, affecting them as well.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'm not gonna
or
start for that, so I'll aid. What is it, 1?
Okay.
And then I don't aid. But at least you still get a. I don't even know. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. So you rolled an 8, right? So it affects other targets, and then you failed your aid. So you didn't successfully assist. So he won't get the +2. And
Nice.
there will be some cry. So basically, Harold, what's going on is you got a partial success. So stumble, hesitate, or flinch. The GM will offer you a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. So what's basically gonna happen is like you're holding this like stone thing up, and it's pretty heavy. You pretty much can't do anything else except hold it up right now. And maybe some other people can sort of see the tendrils of fungus kind of like on either side of the sort of slowly tendriling in towards you. But that's just kind of hanging there in the wings. Harrison, when you start to play to try to help, you're actually thrown off your game because a whole group of people sort of pushes into you and maybe even knocks your loot out of your hand, because they're pointing towards the edge of the camp where the body was being dug up, and and they're crying out. Zarthus, however, is going to sort of push through the crowd, brandishing his weapon, and he says, "Stand back! I'll slay the damn thing myself." And and you can see at the edge of the camp this horrifying, like scaled and feathered creature. It's long like a snake almost, but it's got like the feet like a giant chicken almost, and it's got like a beak, and it's got this like sort of sludge kind of, it's kind of coated in this like oily black like sludge kind of, and it appears to be like digging in the grave where the body is half dug up, and then when everybody starts reacting to it, it's gonna like look up and it's gonna screech, give a mighty screech. What do you guys do?
Oh,
at least
like
he has
Harold's ugly choice.
Yeah.
What am I surrounded?
Slay the monster, save your friends.
All right. Rook, what did you say?
Is this taking place on the other side of the debris?
No, on the other side of the camp.
Yeah, this is on your side of the debris, other side of the camp.
Okay. Can I stealth forward and find a place to hide?
As usual.
As usual.
Yeah, I think so.
I will do so.
Okay.
On a bush or a rock or something.
Okay. And all right, so that's what Rook is doing. What about the rest of you?
Well, apparently we're in a caved-in storage facility at the moment.
Yes. Well, and the door is like the door is threatening to cave in. Basically, Harold is the only thing holding it up at the moment.
What a stand-up guy.
So Lindworm first, mold second.
Well, do we know the lindworm is out there? Has anyone said anything to let us know that that's out there?
Or are we all the way down inside?
Lindworm! Oh, Jesus Christ, my clothes!
Here, you guys can strategize real quick. I'm gonna get some more coffee. I'll be back.
Okay. Because I mean, if I don't know that's out there, Tyrion's inclination is to say, Harold, let it go. We'll figure out how to get us out later. Because since we don't know the lindworm is there, we already had a plan to go back to where the bear was and track it from there.
Right.
And this could be our only chance to cure ourselves and possibly the guy who's on death's door there. So that's, without the extra information that he doesn't have, that's where Tyrion's head is at right now. What? Lindworm.
Well, flying in the air.
That's why I'm telling you how Tyrion is thinking, so that, if you guys can come up with an in-game way to change his mind, I'm fine.
I think Harrison was screaming about it. Or was that just for jokes?
No, I was genuinely like, oh my God!
Oh yeah, I mean, if Harrison is screaming and sounds like Harrison's in danger, then it's.
Yeah, you're like, that's my bond.
Right.
All right, what we got?
So if we can hear Harrison going off,
okay.
I mean, how deep into the cave were we?
Not too deep, I don't think. You didn't go through the crack, so.
So we could get back out while Harold holds this up.
I think Aziz could, but Tyrion, I don't know if you can squeeze past Harold while he's holding that up.
No.
Without some kind of some dangerous maneuvers.
I'll look at Aziz and say, "Go. I'll help him hold the rocks."
All right, I will charge up the steps.
Okay. You can slip out past Harold.
And I'll charge up the steps as well. And I guess defy danger by enduring and try and help him shoulder the help him bear the load and shift it off so we can both get out.
Okay.
Can I do that as con instead of strength?
I think it's gonna be a strength. However, one of you can make the roll, and one of you can aid one another if you like.
All right, I guess I will aid on the roll because I know his strength is definitely better than mine.
Okay,
I have maxed it out at this point.
So you'll still roll to aid, but yeah.
And I will do an defy danger with strength, correct?
Okay.
All right, so he gets a +1, and I expose myself to danger, retribution, or cost.
Okay.
And that will actually give me +2 because of Harrison's arcane art.
Oh, that's right. Very nice.
So defy danger with strength with a +2 on that, I guess. So it's at least an 8.
Correct.
Not a 6.
Got you, baby.
And even another +1 for the Tyrion thing. So. Oh no, that's right. It was a +2. Right, I understand. Yeah. So
it
8
becomes a +2.
Okay, so 8. All right. So
God damn it.
So 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 you guys are going to be basically you'll be trying to maneuver so it doesn't crush you and you can get out. I think what's going to happen is you'll be able to push your way and get out, but I think with both of you sort of being there, I think sort of like squeezed into the doorway, I think Tyrion, you're gonna lose your weapon. I think it's like gonna get pinched and like pushed off your belt, and it's or however it's holstered. I think just due to the friction and the force it takes to sort of get through the crumbling doorway, I think it's going to be pulled off of your belt. It's going to clang down the stairs as the rubble is falling. And that will be your cost. And then Harold, I think your worst outcome might be that you actually get out, but you're pinned under some of the rubble that is falling on your legs. So I think you're pinned.
Okay.
Oh no, it's Professor X. I can't feel my leg.
I think you can still feel your legs. I think you're just kind of your leg might be stuck in between two large boulders or two large crumbled pieces of stone. So you're just kind of stuck at the moment.
Okay. I'd just like to say that Harold would be the worst Professor X.
Yelling at everybody.
Meanwhile,
Getting there with knowing nothing, no power. Nothing.
What are the rest of you doing? Just like a super jacked Professor X, like completely all brawn and no brain, like.
Yeah, dude, he wouldn't let himself get thrown down a flight of stairs.
He throws his own wheelchair at people.
Juggernaut in the wheelchair.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like got super speed. So that's the situation now. Tyrion, you've lost your weapon. Harold, you're pinned. Rook, Harrison, and Aziz, what's going on with you guys? Zarthus is confronting the Lindworm. He's stepping up to it. He's got his blade out. He's going. This thing's scratching the earth, and you can see that when it dug up the rest of the body, it didn't eat it or anything. It just dipped down into it and coated itself with with the body's putrid guts, and so it's just coating itself.
Man, why you be like that?
Yeah, okay. with all the wet sloshy sounds in there too. So yeah, nice. So Zarthus is stepping up with his blade, and he's he's going to confront this thing. What are you guys doing?
I'm yelling Zarthus, sidestep, and then I am going Rhino.
Okay.
And charging.
Okay.
Are you?
Ooh.
Well, you still get one hold, right?
Yeah.
So you can do the charge.
And then, does something else happen now or maybe later?
Here, you do your thing, and I'll. It's like I can't really. I don't know how I can make this worse. So let me consult my moves.
Oh Jesus!
Lindworm appears.
Well, not every move has to be worse. Let's see. Let's see.
Well, how close is the bush that I'm in? How far away is that?
How far away did you want it to be?
Right next to it.
Okay, so you can be right next to it.
All right, I'm going to jump out and stab it with my rapier.
Okay.
I'm going to use backstab.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. And that with the cheap shot move, that automatically adds d6 damage, and I choose to add 2d6s because I can choose one with 9, and I will choose to do an extra d6 damage, and then I will use with a cheap shot. So
Okay, so you deal your damage plus a d6, and then you get an extra d6 from cheap shot.
yeah.
Okay.
11 damage.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So okay.
I did 1 point of damage with my charge.
No.
Okay, so you'll charge it. Basically, Aziz, your charge will basically so at this point, Rook has already come up and stabbed the thing, and oh no. And so Rook, you have snuck up on it and stabbed the thing. Basically, you stabbed it. It's going to react, and it's going to it's basically going to move. So Aziz, you will only just graze it, and it's so coated with that putrid slime that your horn is just going to like slip right off of it, just kind of at the angle you're at. So it's not actually going to take any damage. And then and now it's basically it's gonna lash out at you, Rook, as the rhino like goes by, and then you turn back into Aziz, right?
No, I haven't used my hold yet.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So then Aziz or Rook, the lindworm is going to look at you, and it's gonna go straight for you. You can see the venom slip like on its like little jagged teeth inside of its beak. It's gonna snap right at you. What do you do?
Defy danger.
Okay.
Dexterity.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I guess I do.
You slip back into the bushes. At this point,
only one leaf.
Oh, yes. And I think Aziz, what's going to happen to you is you're going to, as you charge forward, you're actually going to slip into the grave, and you're basically that's I think that'll be the thing that happens from your thing. I think you'll basically.
So I line up my shot, and then I just end up 2 feet below where I want.
Yeah. So I think you'll be like you'll dip into the grave, and be kind of put into an awkward position. Luckily, the lindworms seem to be going after Rook, who disappears back into the woods, and then or into the bushes, and then I think the lindworm is going to take off into the forest.
As the rhino crushes what's left of the corpse.
And
it's all over my hooves. What do rhinos have?
Zarthus is going to he's gonna cry out in frustration, and he's gonna turn back to his men and be like, chase the damn thing, we have to get it, and he's going to run past the it's already gone, and he's going to oh wait, are you shooting Zarthus?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So he's gonna run off into the woods. The bandits are going to begin to run as well.
Was Duncan able to take a shot?
Duncan has disappeared.
Maybe Duncan's
My knobby ain't gonna. Is there a mount or? My knobby needs will never catch
in a
it.
moment.
So what are you guys doing?
I am.
I'd like to get out of the rocks.
I was good. Does it look like he needs my help to get out of the rocks?
Yeah, you could definitely help him. He's kind of just in an awkward position to where he can't quite get the leverage for his strength. But not only that, but the brown mold is kind of oozing out of the cracks in the rock, and it's kind of descending, like its tendrils are sort of coming towards his leg. So.
Yeah.
Well, better cut it off.
All right.
Harrison, the mold hates your music.
I'll just shout to everyone, the mold hates fire. And I guess defy danger strength to try and get it off of his leg, or to try and get the rocks off of his leg, or help him.
No, I think you can. I think you could probably just help him. Yeah.
Okay. Then I will just help him out of the rocks.
Okay.
And I'm also, while I'm doing this, I'm just going to look around and see if there's a weapon lying around anywhere I can pick up.
Maybe not lying around somewhere, but
I mean, I have two.
Yeah.
Get out my axe.
And my axe.
Yes.
Harrison, what are you doing?
I'm just going along with everybody else.
Okay.
Playing my music.
Okay. So you're able to help him get out. But at that point, I think by the time you can help him get out, I think all the bandits and stuff have run into the forest and have a head start on you guys.
I don't think they'll catch it.
Oh, probably won't.
Well, I was going to drop Rhino so I can get out of this grave.
Okay.
And then holler for Rook, let's go, and turn into an ostrich.
Oh, yeah.
All right, go ahead and turn.
Rook tree.
Okay.
And I will spend one of my hold to run far and fast after the lindworm.
Very nice. Okay.
Once Rook is on.
Yeah, so by the time Tyrion, Harold, and Harrison kind of like get Harold out of the rocks and whatnot, everybody's just gone.
We just disappearing into the.
Did the lindworm eat all of them?
That's fair.
You'll hear the familiar battle cry of the ostrich.
Shit.
Going off into the woods.
You know what direction they went. They just have a decent head start on you.
A head start that will increase over time because we're not an ostrich.
Correct. Nor a lindworm.
Nor a lindworm.
But better late than never, maybe.
So what do you want to do? Should we chase after them? Should we try and solve this spore problem?
I don't know. I want to rush after them, but perhaps it's better to explore.
Do I think that if we wrapped fabric around our faces, that it would protect us from the spores if they decided to launch into the air?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Let me see. Or maybe so. Maybe if you have adventuring gear, perhaps you could use make a use of it to to have some kind of face covering or something that would help you in that situation. To do that.
Cut some pieces off of tents while they're not here.
But I think you'd have to use something. You'd have to pull something out of your adventuring gear to for something that would help you effectively.
I leave this in your hands, Harold. What do you wish to do? Do you wish to chase?
I think they need our help.
Then let's go.
Yes, yes, we do.
On sprint.
We'll get there. The Lindworm is absolutely destroyed. You just crushed it.
All right, so so the ostrich quickly overtakes the other people. There's sort of staggering like some bandits are faster than others, and so there's like so you'll overtake a couple, and then you'll overtake a couple more, and then you'll overtake a couple more, and it looks like they're kind of spreading out as well, and you can hear them crying out to each other. I see it over here. I saw it over here. I heard it over here. So by the time you kind of get out there and ahead of them, it's kind of hard to tell where the thing has gone and like which direction to go, because everybody's kind of fanning out and calling back and forth to one another.
Is there not wreckage and is there no path?
Path?
Yeah, is it heavily wooded or is it like lightly wooded?
Oh, you mean like to track it with, like a blood trail or something like that?
Yeah, or yeah, or it's really big. You know, it would be
Broken branches and such.
Yeah, wreckage in the woods.
I think let's see, it's kind of dark. Perhaps a move, discern realities or something like that.
I don't see nothing.
Okay, so you'll be following ahead, kind of like trying to figure out what somebody's gonna level up tonight.
Not like this.
So you're basically, Aziz, you're following a path that you think is gonna the best path possible that you see, and you're moving forward, and you're basically going to come upon a group of it looks like a patrol of crimson or red cloaks.
Yeah.
And so you're going to kind of bust out of the clearing, and they're going to turn towards you, and they're going to be looking at Rook on the back of an ostrich, and they're going to say, "Who goes there?
What
are you doing out here?"
At this point, we came out of the clearing. We still don't see it.
No, you see red cloaks.
No, I went the wrong way. Failed that roll.
All right.
You see red cloaks, and they're like, "You there? What are you doing?"
Nothing.
And I will continue going.
So so they'll start chasing after you now.
Like
God damn it.
halftime at Blood Bowl, yeah, you know.
Yeah, I will.
Never seen a
I will
halfling
give
riding
a
an
friendly-
ostrich before.
Yeah. I will give a friendly giddy up. Press my knobby knees into it a little bit.
And ostrich, are you going to you're going to be using a move fast move, or are you going to be defying danger?
I will be defying danger, and I am trying to lead them away from the bandits.
Okay. How do you defy their I think one of them's got a crossbow that he'll fire at you.
I think dexterity is my only shot here.
Okay.
Well, Constitution. Yeah, Constitution. I will endure.
Okay.
Okay. It's an 8.
Okay. So So I'll say that you can. I'll say that you can perform an invasive maneuver. However, it's going to it's going to cause Rook to have to make a defy danger as well, or you can take the damage of the crossbow. Oh no, you said power through, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you said by enduring. So fictionally, you would just be absorbing the blow, right?
Right.
Okay. So I will let you weather the blow without damage. But the but sort of positioning yourself to absorb the blow will make Rook make a throw, or you can roll you can take the damage.
Well, hopefully Rook is faster than I am. So.
So Rook, the ostrich gives a bump, and I think you're gonna have to hold on. I think you're gonna have to hold on for dear life. Give me a defy danger.
11.
There we go. That's what I was hoping for.
Was that what was that?
It was I started to fall off, and I held on. I wrapped my legs around his neck, and was able to hold on that way.
All right then, and you guys continue on and through the woods. Now Harold, Tyrion, and Harrison, you guys are following the other bandits behind, and what's your strategy to find the Lindworm?
Tracking, I guess. Are any of us good at tracking? Harold, are you good at tracking?
Don't look at me.
What skill would be tracking? Discern realities?
I'd probably say that'd probably be the closest move you could get to it. To see if there might be a question in there that can help you.
All right. Then I'm going to try and track the Lindworm using discern realities.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Wow. We're like power leveling tonight.
2 and I got a 5.
So you guys are standing there trying to figure out which way to go. And then
I'm guessing I guess wrong.
Is there any way I can aid with that?
How would you aid?
Maybe point out something obvious, like maybe like, oh look, there's giant tracks and or black ichor or broken sticks or foliage.
Okay.
Let's
Follow
see
the
if I
stench
can
of old corpse.
aid.
Look, you're looking in completely the wrong.
I expose myself to danger. Wow, I wonder where the saliva's coming from.
Drip, drip. I'll look up and there's a Lindworm sitting on right.
So
Jurassic Park.
Here.
So I
wow,
think,
look at this really weird branch. Claw.
So I think that's what's gonna happen. I think Tyrion will be kind of like looking around, looking for any signs, and then you're going to spot this kind of pool of black ichor, and then as you go to investigate it, you're like, what's this? And then you hear a screech, and then out of the shadows, a beak, a feathered beak is going to like lunge out at you.
I'm in
I try and
danger.
defend.
Okay, yeah.
Everybody's always like, defend. I'm like, thank you, so I don't have to roll.
Did these get turned around?
Yeah, I'd like to
That's
use my
fine.
one hold to redirect it to me. instead.
Okay. Okay. So the attack will we'll redirect to you. How are you going to?
I will position myself between it and Harrison, and sort of like let it bite my arm instead.
Okay. So it will do its damage.
Like basically force my forearm into the beak.
All right. So that'll be 6 damage as it bites into you, and you can feel the burn immediately on your flesh, as it almost as if your flesh begins to like bubble with this venom. It's going to the smell of rot is going to be present in your nostrils immediately, and you can see that it looks gangrenous already. It kind of like lurches back, and it does kind of look like a terrible ostrich in some ways, like a snake and an ostrich had a baby. And it's going to sort of recoil back, readying its next strike. What are you guys gonna do?
If I may I go ahead and cast my arcane art?
Okay.
If I can. No.
No, you cannot.
No arcane art. So I was gonna try, but never mind.
Okay,
Macho, I hear you, dude.
How long does an arcane art last?
Or are you getting just gangrenous?
I'm pretty fine in the HP department.
Wait.
How long does an arcane art last? I know that Harrison cast one on me before, and I have +1 default damage still, or is that on by now?
So I think what's gonna happen is you start to play Harrison, and then immediately the thing was preparing to strike Harold, but now as soon as you started to play, it's going to turn towards you. It's going to strike at you again. It's going to come after you again.
I'm in danger.
Can
I defy danger or not?
You may. Did Tyrion or Harold want to do anything? Or did Tyrion want to do anything?
Defend.
Okay.
Never mind.
Well, I might screw it up. I haven't been rolling so hot, so I mean, you know.
I mean, you and me both.
Join the club.
See, look at that.
Okay.
So I think I get 1, right?
Yes.
So redirect to me.
Okay.
Stop! I can only heal so much.
Another 6 damage.
And some 6 damage. 5 because I have armor, or
Yeah. Actually, let me make sure. Might be piercing.
or is it piercing? Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say piercing here, but it might be.
No, it's not piercing. It just is what it is.
Sweet. Can I try and hack and slash at this thing?
Yes, because it's basically it's latched onto Tyrion now. So you want to step forward and try to hack and slash it?
Yeah. Is Harrison's last arcane art still active? So I have a +D4 damage for this roll, or?
I don't think so. Just because it's been used or tried to be used a couple times, or at least once since then. So.
Very good. So 10.
10 succeeds. Yeah.
That does not activate smash, unfortunately. Damn it. But I will take an extra D6 to damage. And he can do damage back to me. So... Wow. Oh, but it didn't roll the extra D6. What the hell?
Yeah, go ahead and roll that.
Let's just roll out D6 separately.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. All right. 10 points.
And it'll so you'll attack it. It'll kind of recoil and it'll lash back out at you and try to attack you again. And it will.
Yeah, 5 points of damage.
Okay. and basically you've got your blade in its neck. It's like this black ichor is going everywhere. It's like writhing around. It's like screeching. I think everybody where everybody is, everybody can hear the screeching, including Aziz and Rook, and I think it's gonna writhe around a little bit more, and as the ichor continues to like come out of its body, I think at this point everybody will sort of converge around, following the sounds of the screech. I think everybody will kind of like be brought together, and see this thing sort of like flailing and whatnot, and then it'll finally hit the ground, and it'll just immediately start to decompose into like just putrefied meaty mass that'll slowly just sort of melt into the area.
Is it dead? What?
It is.
Is it dead?
It is gone. The burn still remains though. Both you and Tyrion have this. The wounds are pulsating, and it doesn't look like they. It looks like the necrosis is spreading.
I'm gonna try and cast a cure wounds on him and see if that helps.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, nice.
And that's also, oh no, it's just 1d8. It's not plus. So you get 3 hit points back. Does it do anything else? Does the black crap go away or anything?
Hold on 1 second. I think what's going to happen is it's going to impart a debility to both of you. And we'll say the debility will be against strength. So basically you'll have you'll be weakened by the necrosis. Now I think so this is just a longer standing injury. It's gonna last for a couple days, or until you can get some good healing time. I think until you can use the recover move. But the HP will come back. But
okay.
the necrosis will weaken both of you, and so basically that'll give you a -1 on anything that has to do with your strength.
3 days of rest to remove a debility.
Now, so the rest of you have so everybody was pretty much called to this place. So Aziz, when you and Rook come into the clearing, you can see the thing writhing on the ground. Duncan's gonna reappear. And a lot of the bandits are coming through. Zarthus is going to push his way to the front as the thing is writhing around on the ground, and he says, "Well, did you get the wish?"
I'm honestly very unsure. I don't feel magical.
Well, maybe you should wish for something.
Uh-oh.
Zarthus blurts out.
It's not your wish.
Zarthus blurts out. I wish for our villages to be free of our burdens.
You didn't slay it. It's got to be the one that slayed it.
And and he looks to Harold and he says, Harold, please, Harold the Great, save us.
Please, I'm trying to think. It's words are not my specialty.
Oh, yeah, steam's coming out of his ears. Give him a second.
I wish for
I wish for the biggest.
Clunk.
I wish for all of the negative effects of the lindworm to go away. Everything negative is done to the village to be reversed.
Very noble of you, Harold.
And everybody just kind of stands there, waiting. And Zarthus finally says, "Did it work?"
Let's go back to the village and find out. And I run off into the fucking woods.
Stop.
So you start to run off, and then, well, yeah, you're fine. I don't think they would be that stupid. And however, Aziz, not exactly where it died, but just slightly beyond where it died, sort of in this like little clearing, this little grove. You can see this like little like stalk kind of shooting up beyond the tree. It's like a stalk of grain.
Ooh, okay.
Exactly like the one you found earlier.
Alrighty. Well, I don't know if Rook dismounted yet, but he's going to in a second, whether he wants to or not.
No, I like to imagine I'm doing a celebratory, like up on, I'd probably not wearing a hat, but if it was, and I'd just roll off.
Okay. If you step forward, yeah, you can see that it's the exact same like grain that you saw like from the bear, and the exact same one that you saw in the tome.
And it just popped up out of nowhere, or I just happened to catch it?
It didn't pop up out of nowhere. As you get closer, you can see that there's like a whole patch of this stuff, kind of growing wildly in the forest here. And it seems like the farther you go in, the more of it there is. And it would seem otherwise unremarkable to somebody who didn't know what it was. And I can't remember, have we talked about it at any length, or?
No, not really.
Okay.
We were working on the translations last time we discussed it.
Okay.
But we had never come to a decision on it yet.
Okay. So it seems significant. You'd probably want to like learn more about it.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping to we just never covered it.
Right.
Like I had time to, we just haven't.
Oh, okay. So you've already put in the research.
Well, I was gonna have the moon elf on that last night of travel. I was gonna discuss with the moon elf specifically about that recipe and this item.
Okay. So then you'll know then. So this recipe, that calls for this Sorry, one second. Yeah, so this recipe, with this particular grain, makes something that is loosely known as elven bread. And basically, like, one bite of it can nourish someone for a day.
Interesting.
How is it on curing mold disease?
Well, maybe we can use it to make elven penicillin.
Tyrion just starts gnawing on the wheat.
So the moment that the lindworm fell, both Aziz and Tyrion, both of you, your condition sort of like you notice that you're breathing a little easier. You don't have that tickle in your throat. You don't have that tickle in your chest.
Ooh, they were related. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Or was it the wish at work?
Either way,
Maybe
mission accomplished.
All right then.
All right. So what do you guys do next?
I'm going to just say to Zarthus that we need a plan in case the wish was only a legend. Because, and I'll just let him know that his dad doesn't really want to be part of the Red Cloaks anymore, and that his dad's beliefs align more with his than he realized.
I'm dropping a family bomb on him.
Zarthus says, if the wish didn't work, the food is still spoiled.
I can fix the food.
And he says, "Are you certain?"
If Aziz and I are breathing better now, that could mean that the rot is gone from the thing causing the rot is gone, and then it will be a much more simple thing for my divine prayers to restore your food to normal.
And I might have a backup plan.
Okay. And so as far as his father is concerned, he says if the Red Cloaks remain, no matter how my father feels, we're just a merry band of bandits. We can't take on their strength, even if my father feels the same way I do.
Yes, that's why there was high hopes for your wish, but if it did not work, then we'll have to see what else we can come up with, won't we?
And he turns to Harold and he says, "They say you fight for Turnip Town. Could you fight for us as well?"
Yes. From the woods.
Back over here.
Okay, I just wanted to go to the village and see if the food was... I'll begrudgingly come back.
There's no need to ask that. Of course, we'll fight for this town as well. Not just for Turnip Town.
And he'll hold out his hand to shake yours.
I will use my other arm that is not infected by the gangrene. Shake his hand. Yeah.
And
the non-plague one.
Yeah, and he'll nod and he'll say, "Then you are as noble and as powerful as the songs claim you to be."
No, that is Harrison. Doing Harrison things.
No, it's all true.
I just out of the side of my mouth, I go, "Take the compliment."
Fine. Yep. As the song say. Yep.
Good
right.
job.
Remember, the goal is freeing your people.
So when you head back to the gray stone structure, the food is not just utterly spoiled, but utterly consumed, as if the fungus had consumed it completely. I mean, there's still bits of stuff that was untouched, but it's basically more than just spoiled. It's gone.
Don't look at me like that.
And this is after they kind of dig out the but the fungus is also gone completely.
Now you can look at me like that. Come on. Wait, are the stick people still there? I run out.
Yes, they are.
Oh, that's a bunch of malarkey.
Zarthus is just kind of like beside himself with anguish. He says, well, your intentions were noble, Tyrion, but
We're not finished yet.
he says even if Harold does win our city back, we'll still be dead by winter.
I have an idea. It's not often I do. We do have some money, and I believe you can bet at the arena.
And he says yes.
The horror on Harrison's face is worth it all.
No, hold on. We don't have a lot of it. We do, but we don't.
No, but if we bet and
Are you a
multiple
gambling man?
times, what choice do we have?
We have Clive.
I believe in you, Hal.
We still have other options we have not explored yet. We were going to track the lindworm back to its lair. We don't know what's there. Perhaps whatever it is that it holds there may offer us some hope. And there's still the hole in the food stores where the fungus came through. Perhaps there's something on the other side of that. The lindworm seems tied to that.
And I can teach them the recipe for elven bread.
There you go.
Oh, well, all right.
Which could sustain that through the winter easily.
Yes, and so as you're putting forth these ideas, Zarthus will tell you that they tried to track it for a long time, trying to find its lair, and it never seemed to have one. It just seemed to just basically just run around wildly.
Excuse me.
It didn't seem to lair anywhere. The crack in the wall is worth exploring, and like Aziz said, he can show them the the recipe for the elven bread, and that should be enough to suffice them. With the amount that was found, should be enough to sustain them through the winter for sure.
I'm keeping a couple stalks for myself because my tribe would love this.
And through the crack. Who wants to go through the crack?
Oh, I'm on it.
We were all set to go down there before the thing caved in on us, so.
So through the crack, you'll find this cave, and it's a very small cave. And now that you're in here, and there's not like the mold covering the wall, you can see that this basically looks like what is up, dog?
The cats are like acting like idiots in the hallway, and I think he can hear them.
Gotcha. You can actually see that this actually looks like this building sort of originally went into this cave, but it looks like it was sealed up. You can see some stonework that looks like it was hastily kind of sealed up, and in this cave, there's this sort of natural natural little basin that sort of rises up in the center. It's a round room, little basin, and in the basin is is this basically like this pool of black water, and on the cave around the on the cave walls are all these like depictions, like these cave drawings essentially. They're it's pretty much covered in these depictions, and there seems to be a lot going on here. It'll take a moment to sort of parse out, but you can definitely see something that looks like a crude depiction of the lindworm.
Harrison?
Oh, would you like me to spout lore?
Well, either you or me.
Well, let's see how well I can do. I only know something interesting, nothing useful.
Can I attempt to also spout lore from the cave drawings?
I think he asked you if it was okay to.
Oh yeah, he can look at them. But let me give you an interesting bit. Oh wow, yeah. So the cave drawings themselves seem to depict a you can see the lindworm in there. You can see signs of some terrible violation or some breach of some breach of like religious law or something. There's some conflict going on in the mural between the elves and the nature gods, and you think that this breach seemed to bring about this plague, and the plague was manifested. Seemed to have something to do with manifesting the lindworm itself.
I was going to suggest sanctifying the pool, but if it's a war between elves and nature god, maybe Terry or maybe Aziz or Harold should try something before I do.
Well, Harold, what were you specifically looking at?
I was looking at the cave drawings, like specifically trying to understand like what is actually happening, what is depicting, what is being depicted here.
So Harrison, you're going to pick up more on the story of it, I guess, or like the like story points, like a narrative. Harold, I think you're going to pick up more on within these drawings. I think you're going to pick up more on so there's a depiction of the basin, like the natural basin in the center, and then there's like a sort of depiction of anointment of an individual from whatever tribe or group this was, and this anointment seemed to bestow some sort of rank or power or something on the on this elf that was being anointed.
I think I'll stick my finger in the black water.
I wouldn't do that yet.
As he like this little hand pops up from the other side of the basin and slaps you.
I was gonna say, slap and swat his hand away.
Ow, damn it. All right, fine.
We still have to. I get where you're going with that, but we still have to make it right first.
Yep.
And I guess I would have to spout lore on that. Have to appease the nature gods.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I use a class feature here that I haven't used yet? I'll let him spout lore first, but because I keep forgetting I can do this.
Okay, Aziz, let's talk about that. So, you Aziz would obviously know more about communicating with the nature gods. What do you think? What do you think is the process for communicating or setting things right? Like, do you have any ideas about that?
So from the story that Harrison was telling us, someone essentially broke the covenant with the nature gods, and they retaliated with the plague. I'm not sure how. Yeah, I don't have anything yet.
Okay, yeah. So I guess it would be reversing the breach, right? So
yeah.
Can I try for divine guidance?
Absolutely.
When you petition your deity according to the precept of your religion, you are granted some useful knowledge or boon related to your deity's domain. The GM will tell you what. The precept is personal victory. We just had a pretty big personal victory over the Lindworm that Harold Harrison and I were all pretty intimately involved in. And the domain is downtrodden and forgotten. I'd say the nature gods are pretty forgotten here because of this whole breach and the fact that everyone's ignoring all their warnings and signs and just camping and fucking about on their lands.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
We could exalt them to the new elves of the area. Or people.
So can I, kneel down and pray to Janrik and petition him based on our defeat of the Lindworm, which was terrorizing this area, but now with our greater understanding of what the Lindworm was there for, to basically settle a score, to help us make this right and restore balance to this land.
Okay.
I can go get some herbs and take everybody on a dream walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So blah, 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 blah. How's that work?
And it's up to you to decide what kind of useful knowledge or boon based on the downtrodden and forgotten you think that we have earned.
So I think. So I think the breach. So I think the breach might have been.
Someone used the wrong fork at the shape.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think the breach might have been something like them erecting this like stone, sort of erecting this this village from stone and like maybe breaking away from basically like
stone instead of natural dwellings.
Or maybe you know what, maybe the breach was them sort of like being selfish with this place of power, this holy site. Maybe they became cloistered and secretive and
didn't want to share the power of
didn't want to
anointed.
Share, right, yeah. And so maybe that was the breach. And so I think your god might give you the boon of the voice. So I think that if you were to tell someone about this place, I think you could effortlessly convince them of its significance, and basically kind of spread the knowledge, and maybe return the people who live here now to live in accordance with this whatever this nature thing that exists here. Does that sound right? Perhaps.
Yeah, Patrice, get your ass down here. We gotta talk.
So basically, I'll be your prophet in this, since I have the voice, but you have the knowledge. You'll speak on nature. It'd be like a Moses Aaron kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Although I still like the idea of the dream walk.
What if you're a representative of the nature gods, and we have like Patrice be a representative of the elves that broke the covenant, and we anoint both of you with the black shit?
Well, hopefully it's not black by the time the anointment time comes around.
I can try and purify it.
Well, it's Aziz, just looking at it, you don't necessarily think it's you don't think the liquid itself is black. You think the inside of the basin is probably like black. It's almost like a mirror. Like it's like very yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
You represent the elves, and we'll do a thing using the magic voice the gods have just temporarily given me, and we'll spread the word of this holy place to the people who should know about it. Not any red cloaks, because fuck those guys.
Right. And not Duncan, because fuck him.
Where did Duncan go? That's what I want to.
He said. He says I was waiting for the perfect moment to strike.
Well, you missed it.
I know. So yeah. So okay. So
I'll throw together a ritual of purification and connection with the land.
Okay. Who are we anointing? Are we anointing someone?
I think it's
Patrice, right? He's the elf.
Yeah, Patrice.
Okay.
And Harold. And
yeah, Harold would be a good representative of nature.
Yep. Well, he also slayed the lindworm, so.
Also, he slayed the lindworm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Bloop.
I don't know if Tyrion and I should be anointed as well, because we're part of the ritual.
Could do that.
Welcome back.
Aaron, did you want to be anointed?
Discord was just like, yeah, fuck you.
Nah, bitch.
I ain't got time for that shit.
Yeah. So you could we could all just chalk this up to like some druidic ritual of like whatever, right?
Yeah.
I think the end result of Patrice being anointed is that he sort of Aziz, are you going to anoint him, since I guess you have the greatest connection to nature?
Yes.
Okay. And so when you anoint him, you create sort of this link. You can feel, and this gets into like a weird space where like you probably couldn't explain it to anybody, but it's like a complete experience thing. But there is some nature spirit in this area that you connect to, and when you anoint Patrice, it basically kind of like opens his third eye a little bit, and now he has become sort of a vessel for this thing, and it's like weird druid shit, but basically he is when he
I'm his ostrich.
But basically when he rises from the anointment, he says he says thank you. He says, and then he'll explain to you that no one else can be anointed. That this must reside with him until he is ready to pass it on. and he's going to say, we will rebuild here, and we will live in accordance with the spirit. And he will instruct Tyrion, when you go back to town, tell those who will listen, use the voice to tell those who will listen to come here, and we will rebuild here, and this place will be an island of a sanctuary within the Crimson Blade territory.
Oh, there you go. Now we don't have to fight all those freaking guards.
Yay! Yay!
And
Yatta!
and so I think when you guys return to town, morning the sun will be rising. The caravan will be kind of packing up and getting ready to move on. You can touch base with Milton. I guess the bandit thing hasn't necessarily been solved, but the food thing.
Yep, we couldn't find them.
Yeah, but the food thing has been solved, right? And then there is a sanctuary for people to go who want to live in accordance with this nature spirit.
But the bandits technically don't have to raid anymore because they're now self-sufficient, right?
Correct. Yeah. So that's kind of taking care of the bandits. Yeah. So that's
you won't see them anymore.
Yeah. So that's So that's taking care of the bandits. Awesome. The town will have food. Harold, I think, is still gonna fight for their freedom at the Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
He's adding to the list of names.
And was there anything else? Was there anything else?
Harold Wormslayer.
Ooh, I like that.
Wormslayer, there you go.
There's a name.
Could I have taken some kind of trophy from the Lindworm?
Would you have wanted it?
Yeah, would you have wanted it?
Yeah, up to debate, you know.
I mean, you have a pretty gnarly flesh wound right now.
That is true.
But yeah, I mean, it basically just devolved into like putrid goo. It was pretty gross.
I feel like we each have like these bandages around these matching bro bandages around our wounds. They're just like black seeping gunk, and we're just both walking around.
And so we've set up sort of a sanctuary outside the town here.
We do the thing like we've done our forearms together, like oh shit, yeah, fuck that.
That's right. We go, oh son of a! Why did I do that?
Yep.
I knew it wasn't a good idea, but you wanted to, and I can never.
I did. I'm sorry. My bad.
Say no to you, Harold. I know I should, but I just can't.
And then we will be on our way to the Vultures Arena.
Woo!
So I think that'll be it for tonight. Sorry, it went a little late. We got started a little late, so I figured we'd go a little past.
Excuse me.
Oh no. Who did we want to raid tonight? Let's do 20 sides to every story. They're cool. Oh, if they're still playing? Yeah. All right, cool. So we'll do that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. Deacon Smith, Plaster Dragon, Mort Cake, Fork Puff, and Terry. Plaster Dragon, do you want to shout out your channel real quick?
Twitch.tv/Plaster Dragon, Extra Life charity stream. If I'm not there, I'm here.
All right, cool. Thank you so much. And then we will start that raid. Countdown. And then we do this every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come check it out.
Booyah!